Hi, I'm Jenny Jewell, a retired emergency dispatcher. Welcome to Call Autopsy, where we listen to a 911 call and I help you break it down. This one comes from Austin, Texas, from May of last year. It is a domestic violence call, but it's not the party that's calling. So sometimes you'll get a domestic violence call that is a third party calling in, a neighbor calling in, and doing that for them. So this is one of those. But let's go ahead and start giving it a listen, and we'll listen all the way through and then we'll break it down.
Austin 911, do you need police, fire, EMS, or mental health services?
Hi, good night. I don't know. We have neighbors fighting. It's very loud.
What's the
It's
address?
in Spanish. Uh, yes, ma'am.
Yes, what's the address?
Okay, it's San Paloma Apartments, Building 22. It's very loud. It's the sound of shattered glass.
Okay, so what's the address of the apartment?
12501 Tech Ridge Boulevard, Building 22. I don't know the apartment number, but it's horrible. Sounds horrible. It's a man and woman fighting.
Okay, do you hear any weapons or any mention of any weapons?
No, but it's like stones being thrown in the glass or some objects, and there is like sound of broken glass, and I could hear it through my windows. Not my windows. I mean, whatever is going on there. They're both screaming like crazy.
Okay, how long has this been going on?
I woke up about 10 minutes ago. First, I've been woken up. They're still screaming.
Okay, all right.
If you go down to building 22, it's not the first flight of stairs. It's the flight of stairs on the left. Oh my goodness, she's screaming.
Oh, okay. You said what about the stairs?
So the building 22 would be straight down to the right gate and straight down, and not the first flight of stairs, but the second flight of stairs on the left.
Okay.
It's very loud.
Okay. All right, we have help on the way. They're coming as fast as they can.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, so let's go ahead and break this one down.
Austin 911, do you need police, fire, EMS, or mental health services?
Okay, so this one's a new one to me, but I like it. But Austin 911, do you need police, fire, medical, or mental health services? That's a large menu. So this would be after they consolidated at the Austin 911 Communication Center. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. And which would make it multi-jurisdictional inside for what they're handling, which is kind of nice.
Hi, good night. I don't know. We have neighbors fighting.
Okay, so we have out of the golden three. Again, keep in mind you got to get the golden three as close to 30 seconds as possible and as early in the call as you can. Because then after you have that, then you can go into the additional details, which includes going into the CAD to do that.
It's very loud.
What's the
It's
address?
in Spanish.
All right, so she's doubling back to the where. So her flow is the same as mine, but when you get stuff out of order, that's okay. You can pick the type. You can go with, remember what type it is because they're telling you what's happening. Then get the rest of the information.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes, what's the address?
Nice use of repetitive persistence and not sounding annoying while doing it. Fine line. But yeah, repetitive persistence is a great tool, meaning that if you don't get the answer for what your question is the first time, sometimes you need to say it again, possibly in a different tone, slightly different wording, or even just identically the same. That's repetitive persistence is saying the same thing to get the answer until you get the answer.
Okay, it's San Paloma Apartments, Building 22. It's very loud. It's the sound of shattered glass.
Okay, so what's the address of the apartment?
Ba-da-ba. So this hints at this apartment complex coming up with an auto pop, um, where it auto pops the address for the complex. So it might be in their system, and then you'll have where you can like fill in the rest, which would be like what's the apartment number, things like that. So it sounds like that. Could be wrong, but it sounds like it auto popped with the way she reacted there.
12501 Tech Ridge Boulevard, building 22. I don't know the apartment number, but it's horrible. Sounds horrible. It's a man and woman fighting.
Okay, do you hear any weapons or any mention of any weapons?
But we're in the cat already. So we are 55 seconds in. She's obviously in the computer aided dispatch system with getting the additional details. So she has her where, which she doubled back to get. She had the what. We don't have a who. We have it's a neighbor, right? So getting the caller's information is a good thing.
No, but it's like stones being thrown in the glass or some objects, and there's like sound of broken glass, and I could hear it through my windows.
All right. And so again, keep in mind, they asked if the weapon was involved. This is technically an unknown, but the way it was asked was, did you hear any reference to weapons or anybody saying anything about weapons? Fantastic way, because she's listening to the yelling. I don't know Spanish. To me, I wouldn't get anything out of that. I took the wrong language in school. I took French, but so really good with the rephrasing on this one.
Not my windows. I mean, whatever is going on there, they're both screaming like crazy.
Okay, how long has this been going on?
Great. So you have to, in the CAD, it should ask you how long ago did this occur. So this is where she's trying to get that information with, because you got to share that with the short report when you give it out with the dispatch. This address, this many ago, etc.
I woke up about 10 minutes ago. First, I've been woken up. They're still screaming.
Okay. All right.
It's, if you go down to building 22, it's not the first flight of stairs. It's the flight of stairs on the left.
This again is save a lot of time. So I don't know the outcome of this call, but the way this witness is describing that would really help. Apartment complexes are just that, complex.
Oh my goodness, she's screaming.
Oh, okay. You said what about the stairs?
All right. So you notice that she's like, okay, we understand that they're screaming. She's not really brushing them off. She's still trying to get more of how the location is so that they can get to the right place as quickly as possible. So she did hear about the screaming part. She's not ignoring that. It just feels like it.
So the building 22 would be straight down to the right gate and straight down, and not the first flight of stairs, but the second flight of stairs on the left.
Okay.
That's amazingly good. And so she's actually getting all of this not just put in the call, but getting all that beautiful detail. This is a great witness to have.
It's very loud.
Okay. All right, we have help on the way. They're coming as fast as they can.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, so she's off to get that dispatch out, and let me see how many minutes that was here.
911, do you need police?
2 minutes. So it took her 2 minutes to get that completely filled out and off to dispatching. So pretty good, pretty good. I marked this as a DV call. Again, I don't know what the outcome is, but with this notoriously a male and female arguing voice would be a DV normally. So if you categorize it as a possible domestic violence, if your system lets you do that, that would be an option. But I don't know what other category I would slide this into. except for maybe, oh, I don't know, I'd still put it in there. It's the same apartment, so I hate to say that, I tell you, don't assume, but this is me assuming that it's a DV call. But yeah, pretty clean call, but the other thing you might be thinking is, why did they not keep her on the line since this is still actively happening, right? She's not physically there. She's in a different place. She's a little bit further away. She can't see what's happening. She can hear it, but you can't hear it on the recording. So the person who's hearing it, uh, yeah, they could technically call back in if there's a change. But the faster they get this out there, the faster they can help clear up whatever's going on. Domestic violence calls are very, very touchy, complicated. But with that, yeah, I think it was a pretty clean call. If you have any takeaways yourself, feel free to drop them down below. But yeah, she could have kept the caller on the line. That is something she could have done to get more information as they arrive. But she's not physically at the place, so it's a little bit weird, right? If she was physically in the home, then yeah, they'd want to keep her on the line. Hopefully that makes more sense. But with that, guys, please take care. Stay safe. Don't be naughty. And until next time, bye bye.